Okay, so let's start off with something nice and easy. This is already in y equals mx plus b form. So looking at this, what's your slope? What's your y-intercept? It's already in y equals mx plus b form. X plus b. So if you match up the equation to the general equation, m is, right? Good. And b? Perfect. Right. When we graph it, we want to graph the y-intercept first. We always want to plot this point first. Okay. When b equals 1, what's the coordinate? When b is, yeah, 0, 1. So sometimes I could say, given this and this point, what is the equation, for example? So you have to know that 0, 1 is the same as implying that your b is just 1. So I'm going to plot that point first, down here. And then from this point, like what we did yesterday, we're going to do our slope. So go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many points do we need to graph a line? 2, right? So we only need the 2 points. If you do more points, it's more accurate, basically. It's just so that because when you draw this, you could have tilted a little, but if you want, you could do it again. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, just so that you get 1 extra point to make your line more accurate. Okay, so this is A. Okay. This B. So B, y equals negative 2 over 3x plus 6. Let's see. Casey, what's my M? Good. And my y-intercept? Great. Okay. So plot the 6. That's just a different color. So y-intercept means on the y-axis, actually on the axis. Okay. And then from that point, we do what we did yesterday. So go down the elevator 2 floors, and then it's the third door on the right. I can go do that again. 1, 2, and then 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3 to the right. Okay. You can do as many points as you want, but I need at least 2. If you don't draw 2, I can't see the line. I can't draw the line. Third C. Y equals 2x minus 7. Let's see, Edward. M is 2 over 1, excellent. And negative 7, good. Okay, a lot of people miss that as well. So not plus 7, negative 7. If it's a minus, that means your y-intercept is negative. Okay. On the test, you can just write 2. You don't have to write 2 over 1, but it does help us to graph. So negative 7 down here. Okay, and then from that point, I'm going to go up 2. And don't forget, you're going over 1. Okay, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Okay. There's your third line. So that's C. Okay. D. Negative 3x. Negative 3x plus 5. The foam. D.
M is negative 3, B is 5.
Yep. Negative 3 or negative 3 over 1, and then B is 5. Okay. So at 5, let's do red. Okay. And negative 3, so 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Right? Especially if your denominator is 1, you want to do a couple more points. Okay, so that's D. Okay, last one. Y equals 4 over 5x. Let's say sunny. And what's my y-intercept? 0. Good job. So which point is, what's the coordinate when b equals 0? The origin. Excellent. Okay, so at the origin, right here. And then from the origin, I'm going to do my slope. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I have this. Okay. So that is E. So looking at this graph, is graph A and E parallel? Is graph A and E parallel? These two look like they're parallel, but are they? These two lines. So A and E. Are A and E parallel?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's not. That's why I put in this little trick. Yeah, it's not if you. So you cannot just look at the graph and think that it looks like it. Even the slightest difference, you have to actually look at the equation. So for A, your slope is 3 over 4, but for E, your slope is 4 over 5. So they're actually not the same. It has to be exactly the same for them to be parallel. Okay. Hey, take 1 minute. Try these two. Take 1 minute. Do these two. Okay, so while you guys are doing it, I'm gonna do it on my paper too. Whoops, I made a mistake. Okay, so I have my two lines graphed. This is F and this is G. Okay, who got the same thing? Good. Okay, last example. This one right here. Sketch the graph of each linear inequality. So we know how to graph lines now. Okay, what's the difference between inequality? So this symbol. So instead of y equals negative 3x plus 4, it's an inequality symbol. Okay, so how you graph it is still the same way. Your m is negative 3 and your b is 4. So I'm going to plot the same. So at y-intercept of 4, there's my point. And then from that point, I'm going to do my slope, which is down 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. Okay, I draw my line, adding arrows on the ends. But notice here, because it's y is greater than, so which means all the value above this line is valid. So to show that, I shade in my graph. Right? So because y is greater than, we shade in the right side of the line. Okay? You can think of it as like above the line. So it's greater than. Y is greater than, it's above. Okay? So similarly for this one then, let's just do this one. So actually no, I want to do, oh, all of these are okay, I'll do C instead. All right. Negative, so my slope here is -1 and my y-intercept here is -5. So I'm going to again plot my y-intercept first at -5, and then from that point I'm going to go down 1 over 1. Okay. I want it to make it a little more accurate, so I'll go the other way, adding a few more points. Okay. Now if you take a look at the symbol, okay, what's the difference in the symbol? Look at the two inequality signs in example 1 and in example 3. Shanek? Right, this is only greater than. So what type of line do you think I should draw then? Yeah, dotted line, right. So when it's just greater than, we draw a dotted line to show that, yeah, this is still the equation of that line, but I'm not including that line. Okay, and how should I shade it? Am I shading above it or below it? Because it's an inequality. So I have to shade it in, and I'm shading which part? Above, because it's greater. Okay. And so if it's less than, then we shade below. All right. Okay. Y is greater than -4. Okay, what type of line is that? Is that horizontal or vertical? Horizontal, right. Okay, so I have a horizontal line and I'm horizontal dotted line, and I'm shading everything above that. Okay, so why don't you guys give this a try? I'll show the answers for these 4 in a second. You guys can work up to page 17. Up to 17. All right, page up to 17. Page 17, 15, 16, 17, you can even work with a partner with it because it's kind of like a investigation that you guys can do. It has to do with what we were talking about with the characteristics of lines. Okay.